And we are not live, but we are the One to Go show. It is the Bert Lehman to my right, your left. It is the Stephen Pogros to your right, my left. And it is the Weirdo Puka speaking. And we are live at Cedar Lake Speedway for the 36th Annual USA Nationals. Brought to you once again by Daytona Performance and Lubricants. We've talked about it on the show. If you're looking for a cure to high tire bills, get a hold of Daytona One. They may have a solution for you. All right, we're just off a massive 100-lap feature.
And before we go any further, I just want to say, as Russell Crowe said in The Gladiator, are you not entertained?
Yeah, a very good night of racing. Both of you have been to how many USA Nationals roughly?
Over 10.
How many USA Nationals
you'll
roughly?
be closing on 20.
Yeah, you're going to be closing on 20.
Yeah, I'm probably around 15 or 15 to 20, somewhere in that range.
All right, so when is the last time, or have you ever seen a guy ride the rim and win this feature?
Not for 100 laps. I mean, as we were watching the race, we got to lap 60 left, and I was thinking to myself, there's no way this cushion is going to last until the end.
Right, there was a caution. You said the bottom's going to win it.
Bert called it. There'll be one on the bottom because that's, I mean, I don't know how these guys lasted on the top without blowing a tire.
And I'll admit it, I was wrong.
Well, we all agreed. We're like, the bottom's probably going to come in, so it's pretty rare a guy can ride the rim, but Bobby Pierce rides it. He took the lead on lap 66 and bolted to the lead and was able to hang on.
Well, and he was the first car near the front that went to the top.
Yeah, and he was pretty aggressive early. You could see.
He wanted the lead. I mean, he was working on Shepard there early. He wanted to get by Shepard into second.
Yeah.
Who was leading at? Huddy was leading.
Yeah.
Huddy was leading. Yep.
Yeah. So Pierce led the most laps. Huddy, 2 leaders tonight, right? Just Huddy and Pierce. Huddy bolted out for about the first 30. Yep. Pierce led the rest. Early on, you could see Shepard was in 4th, really trying to work past Ricky Thornton Jr., like trying to get some track position. But like I said, Pierce just kept coming. And like I said, bang the cushion. We saw Bronson, was it last year or 2 years ago? Bang that cushion,
last year.
Live by the cushion, live by the sword, die by the sword, live by the cushion, die by the cushion. And but like I said, first time I've been to over 20 USA Nationals. I've never seen a guy be able to ride the rim and make it happen like Pierce did tonight. So, but like you said, have you been entertained? Great night. Kind of a night for the kids, right? I mean, B-Shep was up there. I mean, if you were over 35, you weren't in the mix, right? It was RTJ, it was B-Shep, it was Tanner English, it was Huddy, it was Pierce. So, pretty interesting that way. But B-Shep, one big thing I know is the big fade. So he closed in about 40 to go. It was kind of on the bumper of Huddy, and then just kind of back to 5th.
Well, and actually, probably around 40 laps in, I thought B-Shep was going to win it because he didn't go to the high side either. He was running in the middle,
smooth, right?
And he was able to stay with Pierce and Huddy, and I thought, as the race went on, the high side would fade and he'd be sitting pretty good, but again, I was wrong.
So, how many times was Nick Hoffman lapped tonight? I mean, he came on before that first caution. He was moving
pretty good,
but it seemed like he got lapped twice.
Yeah.
I mean,
probably at least twice.
That was kind of the thing. So, okay, so 36th Annual USA Nationals in the books. Steve, we'll start with you, I guess. Just, what are you going to remember most? What's your key takeaway about,
like we stated, the roll in the top. It's never happened that way where we roll the top all the way to the end. And then it was a photo finish at the end. Bronson was on the top. Pierce come off at 2 and Huddy's right on him. And of course, Huddy throws the slider. And the by Pierce, and then Pierce crosses him over to the flag, and I don't know, you won by what, 0.073?
0.073 was a margin of victory. So almost a repeat in the reverse way of Deer Creek, and they both alluded to it in their interviews post-race. But if you hadn't seen that, Pierce got Huddy in Deer Creek for the goal for 50 by whatever. I think it was 0.02 or something like that. So, Bert, how about you?
Just the fact that, I didn't think the cushion was going to last the entire race. And the fact that, and Huddy said this in his interview, Pierce did not make a single mistake in the race, except for maybe the last lap with that lap car.
Yep.
Little slow.
But he never bobbled on the cushion. Where Huddy, I mean, he'd throw it into one and he'd bounce off the wall, and so he wasn't. Pierce didn't necessarily need the cushion to be fast. He could go in lower and let it slide into the cushion, where Huddy had to drive it in hard on the cushion, and that's obviously a little bit more treacherous.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Well, my most memorable moment of this year, and I don't mean this in a bad way to Cedar Lake Speedway, but this was the dirtiest USA Nationals I've ever been to. Now, 2 nights, so we sit on the front stretch, so the east wind gets us, and we had 2 nights in a row of east wind. But of course, they added clay a couple weeks ago, but this had to be the dirtiest USA Nationals I've ever been a part of. But I don't mind eating a little dirt, and I can still feel it in my teeth.
Or drinking a little.
Yeah, drinking a little. So, but all in all, like I said, I'm pretty sure that they had a record crowd, tonight. Because they had one of the best Thursdays,
Friday.
they had one of the best Fridays,
sure.
So we're probably looking at one of the best Saturday nights. 1,300 campsites, they were sold out. Fans fund? Anything on the fans fund?
No.
I mean, a little bit down. I mean, the crowd was a little down, but they said they've got a new director.
Just over $20,000. They had a little. They had some mishaps, and they're ready to go for next year.
That's new director. So we have some new ideas. So they're gonna, probably do the fans fund.
But they pulled it off. They had 11 drivers and raised over 20 grand. And we saw some new guys. My son won a door panel today, with first time ever. So that was cool. And
food was good.
Luncheon was good. About the normal crowd. So it was good.
I want to mention something. I don't know if this is because they added the One To Go Show late models on Thursday night. But they had 50 One To Go Show late models tonight, and compared to Saturday of last year, they announced they had 34 last year.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, it's a huge increase. So I don't know if that's because they can race 3 days, so more drivers come because they can race 3 instead of 2.
Well, let's be betting. Go ahead.
Nope, that's what you were going to say.
Yeah, I was going to say, Cedar Lake, just listen, let's just do it. No more B mods on Thursday. Remember the wing mods they tried one year?
I remember those.
No more of that. 3 nights, late model, or One To Go Show local late models. Right. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, 50 through the pits. As a matter of fact, James G.O.A.T, Lance Matthews, Jake Tim, Jesse Glenn's, they were doing, well, they did both tonight, essentially. So we're double duty. What they did not on Thursday and Friday. So we lost Don Shaw, Dave Moss, a couple other guys. By the way, Don Shaw, Dave Moss, I don't know how you're going to get better if you're not going to keep competing, but that's a whole other story. But yeah, 50 local 8s. And I don't even know the woo count, but if they were 48, so we had 98 late models in the pit. So almost, I don't know if we've ever had 100. So we're getting close to that. So Cedar Lake, I think you have a good formula. The racers did their part. They showed up, like I said, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, Manitoba, Iowa, Banoff. Banoff, we've been talking about him. He smoked every race, every night this weekend, but he pulled it off. So like I said, Wisconsin, Iowa, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, Manitoba. It was great. So.
Well, and the thing with the local H too is Edgington won last night.
Yeah, right.
And he had to go through a B tonight to get into the feature.
It was passing points tonight. So
yeah, very competitive. So Jake Tim, let's real quick, we can wrap it up. So Jake Tim, one of the most exciting races of the night. So we knew Jake Tim was going to do the local late model, so he comes out, but he had to run a B. Last chance race. It was the last chance race, right? For the woo. And he puts a move on the opening lap to get into the feature, which is 3,000 to start, and there was a lot of hooting and hollering. There was who's the guy? McCowan.
McCowan, a 19-year-old out of Missouri.
Yeah, not happy during one of the cautions. He let Jake Tim know, but I looked at my brother here and I said, well, it might have been a $5,500 move because he started on the pole in the local 8s, which he won. So he got $2,500 for the local win, $3,000 for the start. So he probably did the right thing, $5,500, to leave the place. So
whole shot, got the whole shot.
Yeah.
So
I do have to give one shout out though, because Eastern Wisconsin driver Brett Swedberg finished.
He had a great
third.
run. Yep.
Third or fourth?
Great run. Third.
Yeah. In feature for the One To Go Show late models. So
No, he was right
good
there.
run for him.
Yep. Yeah, good night, Daryl
Yep.
Nelson. Good night,
Yep.
Dave Flynn. You know, second-year guy, kind of hanging around all weekend.
Yep.
You know, he's kind of there. He's
Third
getting
last
better.
Night, sixth tonight, right? Fifth or sixth.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Like I said, I didn't get the.
Door might have ended up fifth. I think Flynn was sixth.
So yeah, so you know, just kind of hanging around a second-year guy, looking pretty sporty. So, so there it is. You know, thanks for joining us for our coverage. Any final thoughts?
No, just my first feature in 3 years that I got to see.
We're happy to
We're
see
stuck
you.
out.
You're happy to be
So
seen.
I'm
We're
happy
to be
that I
seen.
saw the feature.
Happy to be
It
seen.
was a good one.
Yeah.
It was good.
So thank you for joining us. Of course, we'll have the show coming out early this next week, so please join us for that. Thank you again to Daytona 1 Performance Lubricants for everything you're doing for us right here also. So for Bert Lehman, for Steve Pogros, I am Puka. We appreciate you watching us, and catch us on the next video.